What's up, everybody? This is Ryan Johnson with MoneyBass.com, and today we are going to be out here on the lake taking a look at the Mega Live Landscape view. First off, I'd like to say thank you to all of you guys that have been continually supporting the channel, always hitting that like button, and for my old and new subscribers, I appreciate all the support, guys. So I just put in the at the ramp, and one of the first things that I would say people can do whenever you're trying to get used to any type of new technology is pretty much at the boat dock, the boat ramps. There's pretty much everything there that you need in order to set up your system. So you have the ramp itself where you can see the concrete ramp coming into the water. At the end of almost every ramp, there's going to be a lot of old concrete and things like that from wherever the concrete truck, after they made the ramp, they pretty much put the excess concrete at the end of that ramp, and you can use that to set up your side imaging, your 360 mega imaging, and also your Mega Live. So another good thing to have is your 360 mega imaging whenever you are getting your landscape view set up. What that will allow you to do is see a comparison of both of those things side by side. So as you see things on that 360 mega imaging, which is very detailed, you can compare that to what you are seeing on the Mega Live Landscape mode. The Mega Live Landscape mode, to me, kind of reminds me of the first generation of the 360 from Humminbird. So it kind of takes some getting used to, but once you are familiar with what you are seeing on the screen, it will help you out in the long run. So what I would say, guys, is just take maybe 15 to 30 minutes as soon as you drop the boat in, set that up in landscape mode if that is something that you plan on using. For me, I don't know if I will be using landscape mode very often. I would be interested in seeing how well it works in grass, basically grass edges, maybe isolated rocks, things like that, whenever you may drop your talons and just post up for a while and want to make continuous casts just to see if you can actually see those fish moving. I haven't got to that point yet. Today we're just going to focus on getting that set up to where you can best see what is on that screen. All right, guys, let's go ahead and get to it. All right, so let's go ahead and head up here to the front of the boat. Have the 360 set up and the landscape mode. So one of the reasons why I say it is a good idea to get things set up at a boat ramp is because you can use things that you can visually see without your electronics in relation to what you are seeing on your electronics to get everything set up. So the first thing is you can see the concrete curbs, you can see the concrete ramp coming straight into the water. That's one thing that you can do right at the ramp. And if you look around, there's some rocks right here, so you can actually see the rocks that are out of the water, the rocks going into the water. So that will allow you to scan those rocks on your side scan 360 and also your Mega Live just to get those set up. If you look into this cove right here, you can see a bunch of laydowns. So you're pretty much being able to see all of the type of structure and cover that you will run into on the lake. So there's another point with some rocks that you can see out of the water, and you will actually be able to see those same rocks to a certain depth in the water out here, since it's very clear. And that gives you an idea of, whenever you're looking at different size rocks, boulders, and things like that, how they look in relation to the actual screen that you're seeing whenever you're looking on your whatever setup that you're working on. So for today, we're going to be taking a look at the landscape view. So as you can see right here, there are the curbs going into the water. I'm kind of at an angle from it, and what I have found is whenever they're going sideways like this, I think it gives a little bit better return because it's hitting right off of the side of the curb as opposed to going straight onto it. And looking at your Mega 360, which gives you a lot clearer image, like I was saying before, you can pretty much see all of the details. So let me let this update again since I swung around. That's why it has that little curve to it right here. All right, so now you can see this is at the end of the ramp where they dumped the extra concrete and things like that. So you can always see that type of gravel and just old concrete and things like that, and you can clearly see the end of the ramp. There's the curb and everything. So now whenever you come up to your landscape view, you know what you will be looking at. So this right here is off to the left of the boat, and basically once this updates, you can just turn your trolling motor head to that exact same location and it will show you on your screen what you're looking at on there. And so the settings that I currently set up basically show this area up here very well. So what I would need to do is go back into here, go back into the settings, and let me just show you how I do that. Basically, the things that you will be working with on here are, you would hit your menu button once, and you have your contrast and sensitivity. Those are the two settings that you will mainly be changing in order to get the picture the way that you want. And like I said, it's good to set this up here, so once you're out on the water, whether it's grass, rocks, or anything like that, you know that your unit is set up correctly in order for you to see things pretty clear when they're on the screen. So the other thing that you can do is, everyone may be a little different, so just depending on what color palette that you want. And as you see, as you scroll through these different color palettes, it's going to change the way that that screen looks. So what you will have to do is go back into your contrast and sensitivity and make those changes again. So for me, I like the, let me see, palette number 3. Let me just turn this. The boat's kind of drifting a little bit. So yeah, I did change the settings a little bit, but basically that's all you would do, guys, is just come out here, spend a few minutes getting those things adjusted. You can use your 360 mega imaging or something, or even your side scan. You could run through with your side scan if you have that up front and just freeze that screen and just use that as a guide to get your landscape set up on your Mega Live system. The other thing I wanted to show you real quick is, let me just pull out for a second, but how to set up the Mega Live landscape option on the transducer itself. Oh, one other quick thing, can't forget about this. So in order to see this view right here that's set up in landscape, you need to hit this menu button and go up here where it says Mega Live mode, and you want to make sure that is on landscape, because you have forward, you have down, and then you have auto. I haven't used that auto setting yet, but I've used the down, but you want to make sure that this is on landscape. And there it goes. It'll give you some instructions on how to set that up in landscape mode. It's pretty simple, and I'll put in a clip right here that just shows the actual settings on it real quick. Out here at the transducer itself, and basically all you're going to do is look down here and you'll see this is currently set in forward view. In forward view, there's basically two settings that you could place that on, and right next to that is going to be your landscape view. And to put it in landscape, all you will do is turn this until that L lines up for that notch and matches up right there with this one. So those two notches are lined up now. And from there, you would just press each side of this silver button. So there's one on each side. You'll press those in. And once you press those in, you would just lift this up. And now, as you can see, it is in landscape mode. And that is it from a different angle. It is now in landscape mode. I'm pretty sure if you have this on your boat, you have already played with it a little bit, and that is self-explanatory. All right, another setting that you can do. There we go, looking at a tree. You can clearly see that tree with the branches and everything on this Mega 360. And when you come up here on landscape, there is that same tree. So like I said, the thing is, you just want to get your eyes acclimated to what you are seeing visually. There are the laydowns right here. You can see this one right here as it comes out into the water down this way. Looking at the screen again, you can see the branches. So for me, I can look at this and I can tell what I am looking at because I've seen it so many times. But like I said, whenever you are first getting used to setting this up, you kind of have to spend some time out here just looking at things over and over again until you get an understanding of what you are seeing on the screen. So when you see it in a tournament situation or when you're actually out fishing, you will already know what you're looking at. So looking at this right here, you can see that there's another tree right here. And what you would do as far as being able to see fish. I haven't done that part yet. Oh, let me just show you that real quick right there. See, there's some more laydowns, and you can clearly see those on the landscape view. Well, to me, I can clearly see it. I know some of you guys are looking at this and like, what is that he is looking at? I don't know what that is. But like I said, once you have spent a lot of time looking at these screens, it's kind of like looking at a sonogram or something like that, to where you can understand it a lot better. So that right there are some rocks. You can see those rocks right there. You can see a real good image of those individual boulders. The way that I know that those are boulders, for one, I can look and see them with my eyes visually. I know that those same boulders come down into the water. I can look on my 360 mega imaging. You can see each individual boulder on there. You can see the laydowns and everything. So whenever you find an area like this, it is real, it'd be a real good idea to just take some time, not worry about fishing, try to learn about your system so that it will make your days on the water a lot more productive. So like I said, look at these individual boulders on here. The more that you look at the screen, the more you will be able to determine what it is that you're looking at, and eventually get to the point where you will be able to locate fish. So one of the things that I mentioned in the video that I will link in the description is, let's go to menu, and you want to go to, just hit that up, and what you want to go to is persistence mode. I have that set on low. So what persistence mode does for you is, if there's anything in there that's moving around, let me exit out of there. If there's anything in there moving around like fish or anything like that, it will leave a kind of a purple haze or a purple trail behind whatever is moving. So that is something to kind of look into. But you guys leave me your results. Let me know how this stuff is going for you guys, if you've used any of this, and how things are looking for you on your screen. All right, guys, that is your electronics tip for this week. Again, please join me every Tuesday and Thursday. Always leave comments. Always read the comment section and check the description, because I put links to other videos in there that will help you guys out. But hope you guys enjoyed it. Leave me some good comments. Let me know how you guys are liking these videos, if they're helping you out on the water, what kind of fish you're catching out there, and what kind of results this is helping you out with. All right, guys, see you on the next one.